Hey, what is up guys, Manspam here, back to do another video, and this is on a map that I personally do like. It's going to be on Toxicity. A great match indeed. It's going to be versus Senna. I'm playing as the Vanilla Nod. Senna on the right will be playing as the Steel Talons. So we got ourselves a good matchup. And it's pretty balanced, I would say. Both Nod and Steel Talons have their strengths and weaknesses. For sure, Steel Talons' weaknesses lie in their really lackluster arsenal. They don't have very much aside from mammoth tanks later on. They're the bare bones faction. But at least they maintain their air force. You've got hard points as well, which usually GDI and Vanilla doesn't really get. But Steel Talons, you want to get every upgrade because your tools, your options are pretty limited compared to GDI. Having hard point Orcas and Firehawks in the late game is pretty good. Really undervalued upgrade. I believe it even received a cost decrease in 1.02 plus. Speaking of 1.02 plus, there's going to be an update on the way, which is going to address some balance concerns that the current version currently has. And not only that, but I think it is time for a meta shakeup. Something that's a little bit different than now, because we now know what is the best faction. The game has been figured out, so I think it is a good time to revisit balance and change things. I'm not planning to fix any bugs because there's really none left really to fix. And features are all implemented at this point. So it's going to be a pretty straightforward update for me to do. And that is great considering I'm pretty busy in real life at the moment. So just doing a stats update with a couple minor fixes that have been committed to my GitHub but not in the patch yet is all that's really needed. Later on there's going to be a huge reveal regarding AI. I'm not currently working on this, but someone by the name of Solar Messenger is going to be to do with the Skirmish AI. Skirmish AI will be a lot better in upcoming versions. Not in the next version, but likely next year, the beginning of next year, that will be concluded. So that's something to look forward to, something to be definitely excited for if you're a PvE, a single player skirmish fan, which I know a lot of people are in Command & Conquer, more so than the die-hard PvP players such as myself. We're definitely a minority. Anyways, less about that and more about this game. This game doesn't really have much happening at the moment, but what I do like about Kane's Wrath is not very much happens usually in the early game. So it gives me time to update you guys on what's happening. We see he's going to scout with a Pitbull. Wants to see if I'm going for 2 war factories. That's why he's going towards my main. Wants to see if any bikes are on the way, which there will soon be. I'm going for a double war factory bike. I'm going to send Harvester to the blue tip. A little bit risky, but I felt like I could get away with it since I do now have that second war factory down. And I'm trying to kite this Pitbull. You can outrange the Pitbull rockets, albeit only slightly with the Pitbulls. That Foxhole is annoying. He sees everything that's coming. There's no surprise that I'm going for 2 war factory. He sees everything, and he himself will probably be spamming Predator tanks. It's a great map to push Predator tanks on, so I fully expect that. You can see there's that blue smoke trail coming from that Harvester. I've got a full load of blue tip. That's going to be $2,800 soon to be in my, well, my credits. I'm going to have more credits to spend on infantry, which I'm going for now. I'm going to transition into rocket squads. And, yep, we've got the rockets. We'll soon be playing at a most exceptional rate. I'm going to take out this Harvester here. One goes down, and Senna should be pretty aware that his Harvesters are under attack. Not sure what he was focusing on at this point. Yeah, he finally does notice it just now, and I'm going to get myself 3 Harvesters. I was very happy with that attack. Seeing how that was scouted early, and I still got 3 Harvester kills, that was a great pickup. He shouldn't have left the top of the map without any vision. There was nothing up there to see these bikes. So here comes the counter-attack, and sadly for me, I'm not going to be ready for the attack in the middle, because I'm going to lose my blue tip Harvester. What I am going to be ready for, though, is defending my green tip expansion, because I have about 20 rocket squads soon to be upgraded with the Tiberium fusion and confessors. You really want to get the tip infusion first, since it increases the infantry speed. I got the confessors first, but realistically it's better getting the tip infusion. You really want that speed, plus you don't want to be taking tip exposure. So I'm going to push across the map, but this is a fateful mistake, and you're going to soon see why. Do you remember all those pit bulls that you had? Well, I thought I had cleaned them up. Turns out they were not cleaned up. But I'm still going to push regardless. It's too late for me to go back to my base. And yeah, my MCV is going to go down. MCV is going to be dying here. If harvesters are under attack, I've got nothing to defend those harvesters. So the 3 harvesters I lost earlier on, I'm going to lose more than that now. And an MCV. He's going to take out my MCV. But what I do have, fortunately, is a crane. I managed to build a crane. I didn't intend to build a crane because I was anticipating to lose my MCV. This wasn't something that I thought of because of my MCV was going to die. No, I was in fact planning of pushing him with MCV and then using that MCV to place down a Voice of Kane, which I would have had queued already with the crane. And flame tanks, cleaning up pipples. Not something I intended for, but it will do. I'm going to clean up that force. But I'm in tatters here. Look at my eco. I have like 2 harvesters on my expansion tip field now. My rocket squad army has been depleted. I have no third. And what was looking like a great game for me has turned upside down. I just have nothing really left. I do have a Voice of Kane. That Voice of Kane I was talking about. I put it down, but it's in my base. It's not at my opponent's base, which is where it should be. Regardless, I'm going to be going for airfield here. What was the plan on the airfield? I will say this. If you're going for stealth tanks, I don't recommend you go for vertigos as well. It's because your opponent's going to be spamming pitbulls, so it's silly to build another type of unit that forces the same counter. I actually acknowledged that. That's why I stopped going for vertigos. I was originally thinking of it, but then after a brief while I was like, yeah, I think stealth tanks is going to be a better option. It's also going to give me anti-aircraft. The Vertigo does have a rear gun on it to deal with aircraft, but it's nowhere near as effective as a stealth tank is. I'm not going to quit. I was close to quitting this game, but I'm going to keep fighting. 2 stealth tanks and 5 beam cannons. That's all that I have left. I could go back for an MCV, but I don't think I have the time to set up an expansion without getting attacked and destroyed. He's got multiple minutes over me in terms of setting up his expansion and whatnot. So I'm going to go for avatars here, and I've got 5 beam cannons. The most cost-effective thing for me to do here in this specific situation would be to go for avatars and equip the beam cannons to them, since 5 beam cannons isn't enough to win me the game. However, having 5 avatars with dual beams, you never know. You never know. It's going to be more effective though than the 5 beam cannons, I'll tell you that. So stealth tanks are going to infiltrate this base. He knows that they are there. Must have ran over a tree. There's a lot of props on the map that can be crushed, and that can only mean there's a stealth tank or something that is stealthed that was there. Bridge will be destroyed. That's a nice addition to this map. I do like this map a lot. The lighting is also pretty tame. Not overly bright like some of the maps are, or overly dark, which is the case for many of Desolator's maps. So I'm going to equip these avatars. You can't bug the avatars in this patch to, you know, have 5 avatars take 1 beam cannon, which was possible in vanilla. That was fixed. There are no such exploits like that in this. So I'm going to have to play fair and square, whether I like to or not. Avatars, though, will be overwhelmed. There's a lot of pitbulls. He's engaging avatars. He's going to take both of them out, so I guess he traded fairly there. Got 2 dual beam avatars. He cleans up the husk and gets out pretty scot-free, I would say. But can he hold this attack coming his way? I've got 3 more dual beams and 17 rockets. So I'm going for like an all-in here. I'm going to try and take him out from this position. And I need to pull this stealth tank back. That's important to keep alive in case he's got hammerheads. The rocket squads with the tip core stealth tank is going to be able to aptly deal with hammerheads. And the avatars are going to deal with the pitbulls quite nicely. It's going to provide me with a wall of protection against those pitbulls that try to chase down this stealth tank. So yeah, the stealth tank's going to pop out of stealth, take out that hammerhead from above, and then just reverse me back. And the dual beam avatars are working on those watchtowers so that my infantry can get more damage dealt, because the watchtowers are really amazing here to kill the infantry squads. He's de-garrisoned that building. More infantry coming out from him, which I agree with. I haven't got much in the terms of anti-infantry. I don't have an MCB here, so what I have here is really all that I have left. And I'm trying to take out those watchtowers so that my engineer can reclaim one of these avatars, since obviously one of them is going to fall, or both of them, which happens here. If I can get one back, that's going to be perfect. I just about was able to reclaim one of those avatar husks. And that one does not have a dual beam on it. We go for a refinery at this point. Not sure if that avatar came with a dual beam or not. I don't think I equipped all 5 or 6 of them with dual beams, but yeah, it would have helped to have it as well with a dual beam. Stealth tank just hunting for more harvester kills. I've been long leeching blue tip whilst this has been going on, but I haven't done a lot to disrupt his economy here. I'm going to get myself 1 additional harvester, but I can't retreat over this bridge because he's destroyed it. This stealth tank is going to die, sadly. Avatars are going to be chased down and destroyed unless I use a cloaking field. I see he has no pitbulls, so I use the cloaking field and I get out of there. I'm going to sell up some of my base now and pull back. There's a beam cannon there. I was thinking, 1 beam cannon and this avatar. If I can get it back to base, then I can equip it to that avatar. The avatar upgrades really did a lot of damage in that engagement. And I've got the Tiberium core missiles upgrades, so I'm going to be able to defend against any hammerheads or orcas that he builds. And I really was anticipating something like that, because I built a bike in case he was going for a hammerhead. Because 1 hammerhead would have meant the death of my avatars. Thankfully, though, I was able to get back to base for repairs. Avatars repair super slow, though, at the war factory. And I have been able to expand my third, so I have found a way to recover in this game. And I now have a full field at the bottom to harvest from. Plus, I'm at tier 3. And I'm assessing my options here. And I'm thinking, I can go for flame tanks, use the avatars to commandeer them, and then just send them into his base. Just walk them in on aggressive stance and take out those refineries. I see he's also put his refineries close together, which is something you definitely don't want to be doing as really any faction. Or the catalyst missile will be able to destroy both of them. An assault coming in here by center. I don't have the quad turrets on these shredders, which is a little unfortunate. Not that you really need it against Steel Talons infantry, but against the Zocom or GDI factions, then you want to be getting that upgrade because they're going to have composite armor. Catalyst missile I'm looking to use here, but he just was able to dodge that in time. Thankfully, the fog of war did recede there. But not to fear, because I've got these avatars on aggressive stance, and they're just going to walk into that base. There's nothing to defend those buildings of his, and they're going to destroy most of his base there. I can even stop and use the dual beam on the avatars. It's going to rank up these avatars super quickly. Even though these avatars have all of these upgrades on them, they're still going to rank up as if they were $2,200 units. The having upgrades doesn't affect how fast they promote. You see he's at my base there with MCV. He's going to attempt to push me off of my main. I thought at this point now, because he's going to have to deal with elite avatars, he's going to try and go for hammerheads. I was expecting hammerheads because usually it's an aircraft transition we see out of GDI against this sort of thing. So I'm building a lot of Venoms, and these avatars have totally removed him off of the right hand side. He has no buildings left there, but what I do know he has is this MCV, just 5 or 6 avatars left for me to kill. But at this point I was adamant on getting this heroic avatar, which is currently elite. It's walking its way to the Conyard. I don't want to reveal that Venom army of mine, just in case he quits. Just in case he quits. I've got 15 Venoms, man. Look how much I'm able to do off of 2 fields because I was so cost effective. I've still got half a tip field left, and he harvested all of his Tiberium, and I have so much more to show for it. These avatars have been so cost effective in this game. So the elite avatar is going to walk into this base and it's going to finish off the job. It's going to take out this MSV and this power plant. And there it is, the heroic avatar. Look at that dual beam, that beautiful beam on the avatar. I tell you what, the developers did an awesome job visualizing these things, showing the unit's promotion like that was such an awesome idea, and I really appreciate it being in this game. Anyways, guys, hope you all enjoyed that game, that comeback on toxicity. If we look at this resource graph, you're going to see that I was pretty behind until the late game where I was able to recover a little bit. But yeah, very cost effective, that combination there, the avatars and the infantry pulling through against Steel Talons. And I took that game, a game that I didn't deserve to take, but I took regardless. The avatars coming through with that dual beam upgrade, able to thin out the ranks of those Wolverines and Pitbulls quite nicely. Anyways, guys, this is it from me, Master Steve. Hope you enjoyed it. And before I go, I'd like to thank my Patreon members for supporting me and keeping my channel going. This is it from me anyways, everyone, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Peace out.